So the question is, there are people with no social media at all. Then there are people with a social media and no posts and follow very few people, but like are like creeping. You know, they're on there.
My mom.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
are we considering those the two people you just described the same or different?
No. Wait, I'm just explaining.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it.
All
and
right.
then there are people who are private. They have the privates. We have the privates. So we got no social media at all. I got a social media, but I don't post. I just create. And then I'm on social media and I'm sharing my life, but I am private yacht. I am private.
Do y'all have private accounts just for your family and friends?
No.
I don't either, but I feel like some people do. Like big time, like professional athletes or musicians or whatever. They have like their own little private thing that's not their real name. Because I've seen people tagged. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Oh yeah.
And then realize it's like a fake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I don't know about that. But do you guys think? I personally think that it is a red flag when I meet someone and they have a social media, they don't have any posts and they never post, but yet they always like, oh yeah, girl, so you in LA?
Right.
What the? Where?
Always watching.
Yeah, I'll get a text message from this I'm thinking about someone in particular, this one guy. I'll post like a cute picture and then immediately I get a text message and I'm like,
he's got notifications on.
Well, some people are. What about just people being uncomfortable with showing their life, or they've just feeling like? Because I can relate to that because I felt very uncomfortable when I first got social media, even posting a story. It gave me anxiety. I didn't like it. But
yeah, it does take time.
So you're saying that's not a red flag?
I don't think that's I don't necessarily think it's a red flag. It's just somebody who doesn't want to showcase their life.
Their own life, but they want to watch everybody else's. Interesting. Okay.
Well,
but if we're talking about going into a first date with someone, I immediately go look for their social media. And I'm disappointed if
you can't find anything, or if they're private.
Right. Yeah.
What's wrong with being private? I would be if I didn't have a following, I would be private.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with being private. I'm just saying that according to this article, I just think that there's layers to they say if you have social media, if you don't have a social media, you're appealing. But I also think if you're private, you could also be as appealing even though you have it, because I think about in this situation, if you don't want to share your life, then be private. Why be open and people can search you and follow you, but you don't ever post anything?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fair.
I do know some public figures that don't really post, but they want, like they have an account or whatever, but they don't really post. I do know some people like that as well who don't.
Yeah, I'll give you an example before we just talk about this for too long. But I feel like I'm somebody, I would potentially have gotten Instagram, used it for like a week, and then maybe not have checked it for 2 months. I think
doesn't make you a sketchy character.
No.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that may get it and just be like, okay, whatever, this is not really my thing, or I'm not as interested in it, or don't feel inclined to post. So then they have it and it just sits there and there's no post or whatever, and they follow a few people that they might have followed that first week, and that's it. And it's
that's different because that's the one not being active on social media. It's different when you're actually creeping, searching, looking. Because like my sister was dating this guy and she was like, oh yeah, he doesn't have social media. Like he doesn't even know what I'm doing. I was like, because I asked her, does he watch your story? She was like, oh no, he doesn't have. I said, girl, I don't fucking believe it. I said, I don't believe it. He's too sketchy. He's too, like, he was like really like, and you know what? He was watching her stories because one day he slipped up. And said something that she posted, and she was like, how did you know that? He was like,
see, that's sneaky.
Oh, I saw it on Instagram. He had to know. He had to own it up. And I said, I knew it. So those little things are kind of freaking weird to me.
Okay. I think the sneaky
weird
stuff is more related to dating. Like, Joe, if you were on dating apps,
that's what we're talking about.
Putting yourself out there on that, and then you had like no activity at all on social media, that would be a little different because it's like you're putting yourself out there and then people can't even find you.
Yeah.
So it's different when it's a dating thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. So that's interesting that you say that, Tia. I don't immediately go look at someone's Instagram. I don't. I really don't.
I don't even like even if I want to look someone up that I'm not interested in romantically, I'll go look up their Instagram before I look them up on Google or whatever else.
Right.
I agree with that. I do that too.
It's just my go-to.
There's a safety,
I do that.
you know, there is a safety thing where it's like, is this person a total creep? I mean, did you guys watch the Tinder Swindler? Whoa.
No, but I need to. Or like you, Joe Goldberg just finds out every detail on someone's social media.
Yeah. So
But that's
it's
a
just,
real life stalker.
I mean,
not real life,
that.
but a TV show stalker.
But this is something that, you know, women have to really look at sometimes too. So sometimes the mindset to be like, oh, let me go look them up. It's not like, let me just go be thirsty. Because in the article, they talk about the girls, like, I want to see if their life like aligns with mine. But it's like, you don't know that from pictures. Like, you're like, oh, he be on yachts. I be on yachts. Ooh, you know, like, that's not a thing. That's like, oh, our life's aligned. It's not a thing, you know. But yeah, so one more thing I'm going to say about this clickbait: is it a red flag or is it more appealing when someone you search someone before you were engaged, Joe, and they had a lot of followers on Instagram, or they were very active on Instagram, and you could go to their page and be like, oh, this is who she's with. This is who she's hanging with. She's so open with her life. I know she's not on a date right now. She didn't text me back. I go to her story. She's hanging with her mom and her niece. You know what I mean? Like, is that appealing or is that not appealing?
I would say for me personally, what I would have found more appealing would be somebody that is active but more tame. That is not a doesn't post every day. At least that's what that's what I would have been more interested in.
Right. Okay. Tia, what about you?
Agree. As someone who is very before. As someone who is very active on social media, I am more into someone that's not as active on social media. So yeah, more appealing.
I would agree. I would agree. And I respect everybody's hustle. Like, if someone's an influencer, like if I'm dating an actual influencer and I'm like, why are you on your phone? It's like, come on. Like, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. It's your job. You're telling people how amazing things are in your life and products and sell and yada, yada. But if you're just on there like, oh yeah, like there's trap mirror pic, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Stop.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Okay.
Listeners, let us know what the red flags are, because we be on social media, and I think I'm a little bit of a hypocrite if I say don't have a social media to a guy.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm on social media all the time.
Whole ass families. We need to.
I want people to
at this point
to let us know what they think about this, because I find this interesting, considering we all are very active on social media.